Have you ever wondered what it would be like to set foot on the moon? Well, pretty sure everyone has. And yet, only 12 humans have stepped on the moon's surface to date. However, with SpaceX CEO Elon Musk planning to build a moon base, these figures might change drastically in the coming years. So what exactly is Musk's plan? And more importantly, how will Musk build a moon base? Well, we'll find out in just a second. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And ring the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. The effort to send astronauts to the moon dates back to 1961, when President John F. Kennedy announced a national goal of landing a man on the moon by the end of the 1960s. President Kennedy's vision came to fruition 8 years later, on July 20th, 1969, when American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first humans ever to land on the moon. And about 6.5 hours later, Armstrong made history by being the first person to walk on the moon. And as he took his first step, Armstrong proudly announced those 11 words known to most of mankind when he said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Do you think, from your knowledge of the moon, having been there, that it is going to be possible in the foreseeable future to set up scientific bases there on anything like a large scale?
Oh, I'm quite certain that we'll have such bases in our lifetime. Somewhat like the Antarctic stations and similar scientific outposts, continually manned.
Indeed it was. The Apollo mission enabled scientists to uncover significant discoveries that have aided present studies of the lunar surface. Unfortunately, no one has ever set foot on the moon's surface since 1972, thus putting an end to further exploration. But why, you may ask? Well, the Apollo program was an expensive and labor-intensive endeavor that cost $24 billion, about $100 billion in today's currency. And it further involved an estimated 400,000 engineers, technicians, and scientists. The cost was justified by President John F. Kennedy's 1961 goal to beat the Soviets to the moon. However, after that goal was achieved, ongoing missions were deemed no longer viable. Now, almost 5 decades later, people's interest in lunar landings has reignited, partly thanks to commercial space companies like SpaceX pursuing that goal. But the thing is, Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, just isn't planning to send humans to the moon. He is also aiming to build a base on the moon called Moon Base Alpha. Musk says, to really get the public real fired up, I think we've got to have a base on the moon. Having some permanent presence on another heavenly body, which would be the kind of moon base, and then getting people to Mars and beyond, that's the continuance of the dream of Apollo that I think people are really looking for. SpaceX is currently in the process of developing a starship that will one day enable life on Mars. The starship will be a massive stainless steel launch vehicle capable of transporting tons of cargo and 100 passengers to destinations in space. SpaceX's ultimate mission is to develop a fully reusable starship to launch a fleet of 1,000 ships to colonize the red planet of Mars before the year 2050. However, the starship could also play a key role in bringing a permanent base on the moon to life. That became evident when Elon Musk revealed some details regarding Starship missions to the lunar surface, when he said, "We're working on new legs, wider stance, and able to auto-level, important for leaning into wind or landing on rocky and pitted surfaces," Musk tweeted, referring to how Starship would need to undergo some different adaptations to land on the moon instead of the Mars Starship version.
We should have a base on the moon, like a permanently occupied human base on the moon, and send people to Mars, and build a city on Mars. That's what we should do.
Musk also explained how the moon-bound spacecraft could afford to forego some of their other amenities since they have a different goal in mind than other starships. Forward thrusters are to stabilize ship when landing in high winds. If goal is max payload to moon per ship, no heat shield or flaps or big gas thruster packs are needed. Unlike the starships that will travel to Earth and Mars and will be reusable, the starships that will arrive on the moon will build a SpaceX lunar base. Musk says no need to bring early ships back. They can serve as part of Moonbase Alpha. It is a significant step forward for SpaceX's Starship project, which is expected to cover nearly all of the company's most ambitious missions in the coming years. And thanks to NASA's contract with SpaceX to develop, manufacture, and launch 2 lunar missions using the Starship's HLS lunar lander, Musk's Moonbase Alpha may turn into a reality. So what are your thoughts on Musk's moonbase? Do you think Musk will be able to pull it off, or is it impossible? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for all new updates coming up. We'll see you guys in the next one.